Hello everyone, before this video starts, I would appreciate if you guys would leave a like and subscribe, since your support means the world to me and allows me to make these types of videos. Now let's get into the video. 6. That's the number of times the light above my hospital bed has flickered in the past hour. I had to find something to do while I waited for someone to find my phone. The occasional doctor stopping by to check on me wasn't enough to fill the void. They finally found it and brought it to me a little bit after 12, as some of the staff left for the night, so now I turn my short attention span to it instead. And while I have it, I want to tell you guys about what happened and what caused me to be laying in a hospital bed. When I finished college a few years back, I immediately started job searching. A heads up, when a place says they're hiring, they usually aren't. That's what I thought for a good month and a half before I kind of just gave up. Then my friend suggested I could start doing Uber driving. I wasn't too keen on the idea. Driving a stranger from point A to B is just a surefire way for something to happen. He kept reassuring me that they have all these safety measures for the driver, and after looking into it, he wasn't lying. It took some convincing, but I begrudgingly downloaded the app and started to Uber for people. It was a quick way to get some money while I continued to look for a job. The first few trips were odd. I had never done something like it before, and my passengers didn't help the awkward atmosphere that had been created because of that factor. After a few weeks, I slowly got more in touch with the stereotypical friendly Uber driver. I got so good I had gotten 5 stars in the first 5 months, which then went to 4.5 because some lady didn't understand why she couldn't bring an open coffee in my car. I did this for about 2 years. When I finally did find a job, I only ever did it when I need some extra cash, always making sure to turn it off my availability when wasn't doing it. I had a pretty good routine going until yesterday, which is where my story starts to get strange. I had taken a trip up north to Vermont for a few days in late fall. I had always wanted to see the leaves up there, and so I decided to bite the bullet and go. It was the night I was leaving to head back down when I got a notification on my phone. Selected to drive for nearby passenger. I kind of just stared at it dumbfounded, as I had never seen that before. The way it works is that the app will tell me if I'm in the area of a nearby person and I can go pick them up. The only problem with that is I had turned my availability off. I shouldn't have even been an option to pop up. I tried calling customer service and kept getting put on hold, all while my phone kept reminding me that I had a passenger waiting to get picked up. I sat in my car and thought for a bit. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to do it, right? Sure, it was weird that it chose me, but all apps have some bugs. And it's not like I could just leave this person hanging. My rating would go down. I eventually opened the app and confirmed I was on my way, driving down the dark backwoods of Vermont to finally meet my passenger. I pulled up to an old church parking lot as my phone notification went off, letting me know I was near my passenger. The headlights illuminated the darkness in front as small, thin raindrops started to appear in their beams. I kind of just stared forward, watching them fall as a knock on my window nearly made jump from my skin. I turned to see a man standing at my passenger door. To make it easy for you, I have labeled my words and his so you know who's talking. I'm M, he's P. M =, Uber 4. I looked at the phone to confirm the name before he interrupted. P =, your back seats are full. I turned around and realized that I never even checked to see if I could drive someone. My car was filled in the back due to my trip. I just cursed myself and looked back at the guy. M =, oh shit, I'm sorry man, I never even thought of that. I can see if I can reconnect you with another driver if you want. P =, what about up front? It's clear there. I looked up front and agreed in my head. The front is clear, but it's not really normal for the driver to sit right next to the passenger. It's kind of like a safety thing, just in case something happens. M =, yeah, but I'm not really. P =, it's fine with me, I don't mind. I bit my lip as I contemplated, slowly agreeing and saying sure. I mean, he was the one to suggest it. He opened the door and slid into the seat, his slightly wet clothes mixed with the air of the heater as the windows started to fog up a bit. M =, sorry old car. I switched them to defrost as the windows slowly regained their transparency. I checked my phone, confirmed I got him, and started to make my way to his destination. Following the directions on the device, M =, so, what brings you all the way out here this late? P =, I was just out. Didn't realize it was getting so late and I didn't want to try to walk back in this dark. M equals sign. Oh, I hear ya. I wouldn't either. Or more likely, I'm not sure I could. I'm not from around here. T equals sign. M not either, was just visiting for work. M equals sign. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was up here for a needed vacation. Always wanted to see these leaves. P equals sign. Very nice. This time of year is beautiful. M equals sign. Yeah. The conversation kind of died out there as I focused a bit more on the road. The rain had started to come down in more thicker drops, and with it being night, I was barely in a state to start up a lot of conversations. P equals sign. So you're from Boston? Nice town, but I'm more of a Salem guy. M equals sign. Yeah, it's not so. Wait, how did you? P equals sign. Earlier you had mentioned it. While the falls can get nice down there, you can't beat this. M equals sign. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. And yeah, the falls in Boston are no match for this one. I'm pretty sure I've seen some colors on these leaves I didn't know existed. He chuckled a bit before it went quiet again. A few more minutes had passed before I noticed I had been driving for about an hour. I'm my entire time doing this. I had never had to drive that long. M equals sign. Hey man, you know this drive's gonna be a pricey one, right? P equals sign. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm not too concerned with that. M equals sign. All right, just making sure. Don't want us to stop and you think somehow I overcharged you. Pen equals sign. Yeah, don't worry. I know you're a trustworthy guy. I mean, you did get that promotion because of it. I didn't answer him. My body kind of felt hot after his statement, like something was very wrong here. P equals sign. You mentioned you had gotten a promotion at your job. I was talking about my work and you mentioned it. M equals sign. I did. Had I mentioned it, it was late and I was tired from my trip. Maybe I did mention and my brain just kind of zoned it out, saving energy to make sure I didn't crash into a tree. P equals sign. Hey man, don't worry, I forget stuff a lot of times too. It's normal. M equals sign. Huh, guess you're right. Sorry, I must just be sleepy. P equals sign. No problem. I'll keep quiet for a bit to let you focus. His helping silence just made the ride feel more awkward and made me focus less. I kept my eyes on the road, only occasionally checking the phone to make sure I was on the right road. It was my last check that something caught my eye. It was the destination. I waited till I got on a straight way before I scrolled to see the full name of the destination. I stared at the phone as I could feel my spine freeze in place from dread. It was my address. The destination that this man had picked was my address. I tried to stay calm as I just scrolled up and went back to driving, looking to see if he noticed my sudden change in mood. He didn't. He was just looking out the window at the now visible streetlights as the surroundings slowly went from quiet town to busy street. I just kept driving as my mind went through what was happening. How did he get my address? Did he know I was up here? Why did the app mess up? Then more alarming things started to pop up. I didn't tell him I was from Boston. I didn't tell him I got a promotion at my work. Hell, I never told him I even worked somewhere. Then my eyes slowly started to widen as I thought of the worst thing that could have happened. Did I even confirm if he was the right guy? Was this just a person I had picked up? I slowly licked my lips as I started to talk again, dreading to ask him this. M equals sign. Hey, by the way, did I ask your name? P equals sign. Oh yeah, no. No, you never did. Kind of weird, right? I just stared at the road as my body started to shiver with fear. I thought I was going to die of a heart attack as I felt his hand grab my shoulder. I turned to face him as he grinned at me. P equals sign. Thanks for the ride, though. My phone loudly chimed in. You have reached your destination. I turned to look at the phone just as my windshield was filled with blinding light. My vision immediately interrupted by the airbag as I heard my car's front crush with the force of 1,000 pounds. It flipped, rolled, slid, and finally stopped as it hit the guardrail. I could feel the blood dripping from my head and arms as I turned to look at the passenger seat, sure to see the body of that man there. It was empty. My already labored breathing getting heavier as I could hear people rushing over and screaming to call 911. And that's where we are now as I continue to sit in this hospital. The doctors said I only had a few minor breaks and sprains and that I was lucky to be alive, although there was no concussion, which they found weird because of what I was saying. No one believed me as I rambled that there was a guy in the car with me. Even the police looked at me like I was crazy. And maybe they right. Maybe I did imagine a strange man that somehow knew what city I lived in, that knew things about my job, that knew my address. These are things I would be agreeing with if I didn't see the notification I just got on my phone as I type this, my fingers shaking as I do. It reads, "Selected to drive for nearby passenger." Thank you for watching the video fully. Please hit the like and subscribe button, since I could not make these videos without your support, and it means the world to me.